Well, I am Doc Opp. That is short for Oppenheimer. So I hope you've all seen my movie. And it didn't bomb. I'm actually a real doctor, not a nuclear physicist. I'm actually a retired surgeon. Now the cool thing about being a surgeon is I've seen a lot of crazy shit in my career. Now that I'm retired, I can talk about it. I do have to put a disclaimer out there. I recently had an audition for one of these comedy shows, and the guy told me, you need to be more vulnerable. And I said, fuck that, I'm a surgeon. If you aren't vulnerable, go see a primary care comedian. Because, you know, primary care doctors are sort of like actors. They just sort of treat and see what's going to happen. Surgeons are more like stand-up. We get in, we fix it, we get out. The only difference is when a stand-up kills, they ask him back. But I recently have had a life-changing experience that sort of softened my attitude. I became a grandfather. Yeah, about 2 months ago. Yeah, it's great. Gorgeous little baby girl. And I'm doing the grandfather thing. I'm rocking her and singing a lullaby. I start singing Rockabye Baby. You know, Rockabye Baby on the treetop. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. Down will come baby, cradle on. I said, what sick fuck wrote that? My brand new baby girl's gonna crack her head and have an intracranial bleed and die. That's sick. And then I started thinking about the other lullabies. What about Jack and Jill? Jack and Jill went up the hill. Jack fell down. He had a skull fracture. We don't know what the fuck happened to Jill. She probably broke her neck. And what about Humpty Dumpty, huh? Humpty Dumpty had a great fall and he got fucked up. And what about Hey Diddle Diddle? I'm not going to touch that one. And the worst of them all is three blind mice. Worst, three blind mice. You got a pair of sicko farmers who get off watching little mice run around. Then they get bored, cut their tails off, and watch them bleed to death. That's some fucked up shit. I mean, it's a wonder our kids don't grow up fucked up, right? Well, speaking of growing up fucked up, what about guys who like to put light bulbs up their ass? It's not a bright idea. But it's very satisfying as a surgeon when I take it out and it still works. And that's also where they got the idea for the original blacklight. And I saw a traveler from the airport with a Coke bottle up his ass. Yeah, he didn't pass the TSA screen because it was still filled with liquid. You can't make this up. On a more serious note, I went to the emergency room and I saw a guy with abdominal pain. So I said, what's the problem? He says, Doc, I think I got food poisoning. I said, okay. I go over to examine him and I hear this buzzing noise. Zzz. I go, what the hell is that? And then I noticed his stomach sort of quivering a little. I said, you sure it's food poisoning? He says, well, Doc, maybe I sat on something. I said, maybe? You don't know? So I sent him for an x-ray, and sure enough, he's got an object in his belly that looks just like this microphone. Yeah, maybe he sat on a dildo. Have you done that, sir? Okay. Well, maybe you related. Okay. Anyhow, I took him to surgery and opened him up, and there it is. It's a rabbit, and it's still vibrating. Now there's a commercial for the Energizer battery. Also a good commercial for the dildo company. Takes a licking, keeps on ticking. But you know, these things don't only happen to men. Sometimes they happen to women too. I saw a woman with lower abdominal pain. So I had to go examine her. So I know most of you women had some sort of exam down there. And I put my hand in there, I'm feeling I feel a round, hard mass. And I'm thinking, oh, it must be a tumor. But then it came out in my hand. I take my hand out, it's a tennis ball. Yeah, her last game ended in douche. I saw another woman with vaginal bleeding. I said, is there anything unusual going on down there? She said, well, I think something stuck down there. So I had to go take a look. I have a little device called a speculum. I put it in, I look, and as soon as I put it in, out pops a little glass tube about this big. Yeah, I'm not an expert, but it was a crack pipe. Yeah, she took the word crack too literally. Either that or some guy really did lay his pipe down in there. Whoa.